what are you most grateful for at this point?
Every day that passes by, I become absolutely most grateful for all of the relationships I've developed in the past. Treat yourself first amongst all others. It's there, it's not going to go away. If resentments, and I don't know if you know much about AA, but when you start living for other people, resentment goes. Because I'm doing it for the kids. I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Meet the expectations.
Yeah. Yes. So, and that's the one thing about AA, self-improvement.
Yes.
And the other thing, another one is teapot. Okay? You can't help other people if your teapot is empty. Okay? Yeah. So if you're emotionally drained, how are you going to help the kids? How are you going to, So you get into that process of making sure that you stock up, whether it's to Darling or chai red or whatever you want. You make sure that you're covered. And the other thing too, and it's been really, really interesting this past number of years, is treat yourself first amongst all others. And the reason I say that is it gets back to the teapot. If I'm not in a good mood, I can't help you get into a good mood. If and this gets into self-confidence, self-love. You got to like yourself. You got to do these things or be able to do these things to effectively love, care for, and help others. Yes. And if I walk around there again having resentments about other people, my heart's not going into it all the way. Yes. So these little things, and God knows how many times you see them posted on Facebook or whatever, take a minute and read them and everything else. And that's, like I said, I tell those girls, I said that ultimately it becomes, who are you? Make sure that, obviously you got a mate, you got to make sure that the partnership's working, but make sure things are working for you. Yeah,
that's true. That's very true. Yeah, so I'm so happy that you decided to have this interview and you're inspiring us in so many ways. You were like full of wisdom and positivity, right? And the reason I'm saying that, it's also because we know why we are having this interview. Yeah, so and it's not an easy thing for me to say how we got to this point. Apart from that, your friends, who are also my friends, have very, very wonderful things to say about you. And also it's a tough situation of them knowing about your diagnosis, right? Yeah. And how it came to be. So how do you picture your life now since you got diagnosis, and can you tell our viewers a little bit about that, just in case someone else is going through the same thing, or maybe their loved one is going through the same? Through
it, and I won't go into the whole thing, but I owe everything to my vascular surgeon who found an anomaly. The anomaly was cancer growing on the pancreas. I keep wanting to call it platypus, but grew on the pancreas. And then there was some other abnormalities, and then to see the oncologist. I went to see, Eric and I went to see the surgeon. Now, if the cancer was attached solely to the pancreas, the doctor would have gone in and taken it out and things would have been okay. But what they found was some anomalies on the liver. And so basically it's there, it's not going to go away. And So when he found that, now the next call was from the oncologist. So I knew that we weren't going to have surgery. So in my mind, I go back 2 months, and Erica and I were sitting at her kitchen table, and I said, I just don't have a positive feeling about this. But anyway, so we go see the oncologist, and the situation is this: stage 4 pancreatic cancer, spread to other organs. Chemotherapy will not help it in any way. Now, it's like the doctor told me. He said, you can try chemo, and I'll do it. He says, but then you're in here twice a week, you're going through the process, it's agonizing, it's no fun, you're going to be in a great deal of pain and issues. He said, the one thing we can do is we'll give you the best quality of life that we can have, that you can have between now and then. Okay? Nobody tells you when the then is, but it's inevitable. 3 to 5, and the gal was sitting over there the other day. She says, you don't look you're quite ready yet. She says, I'll give you 6 months. But anyway, part of the whole then now it struck me, but well, it's final. So I'm telling myself I'm at peace. So then a couple of days ago, I'm talking to my stepson, and I said, I'm telling everybody I'm at peace, but am I telling them I'm at peace so that they won't feel bad, or so that I won't feel bad? But I obviously got a lot of time to think, and I'm at peace. It's going to happen. It's inevitable, and so we look at years and years and years ago. My grandma was about dying, and I said, "Are you afraid of anything, Grandma?" And she said, "No." She says, "I've never willingly hurt anybody, and I'll get to see Tom." Was my grandfather. So you go through parts of that, and every one of us have had experiences of people that we know and care for. Yes. We always say, God forbid I have to go through that or whatever. Yes. But just the support I've been getting, and the messages, and I get saved from David and Lorraine and the kids, and all over the world. Like, I mean, 2 this morning from Russia, type of thing. So it's just, here's my phone number, call me if you want, and stuff like that. So, and there's one lady I've been kind of doing business with in Papua New Guinea. She's in Papua New Guinea, and she's doing fundraisers so she can go to the Philippines to get a brain operation. Look how fortunate I am to get everything taken care of. And every doctor, every intake person, every place that we've been to have just been gems, easy to deal with. Wow. And if you don't think sitting down in a funeral home, organizing your own cremation isn't, there was a lot going on in here. Well, not necessarily because, I had to do it, but because Floy and Eric were there. But part of what I have to really be aware of is I got to be cognizant of how they're getting through everything too. I have to be aware of that. And I think ultimately I don't want to be, like I say, I'm fairly gregarious. I get along outside quite good. Being pragmatic and having a good sense of humor helps, I'll tell you that.
I've noticed you have a lot of
but for the most part. So I think ultimately, if don't have false hopes. And like I say, this last doctor, he was He was cut to the bone.
That's
No
tough.
fancy frills, nothing. It was
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang.
Yes.
And hope.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can hope. I get a lot of people hoping you'll get better. But the one thing that somebody going through stage 4 cancer doesn't need, and that's a get well soon card.
Yeah,
it's
because
it's not going to happen.
Oh gosh, I don't know why you're laughing.
so,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So, what are you most grateful for at this point?
Every day that passes by, I become absolutely most grateful for all of the relationships I've developed in the past and how they're there now. Night before last, first lady I ever lived with, I was 20 years old, phones me up, tells me she heard of the diagnosis. It's a 50-year relationship. And, we haven't seen each other or anything. But I'm thoroughly grateful for anything I've been able to do to help anybody accomplish anything. Doesn't matter. Well, obviously for the good, but obviously along that line. And like I say, hope. Am I religious? I've got a higher power that I ascribe to. There's certain things that I look at. There's certain spiritual things I look at. I'm a questioner, and if somebody gives me an ideology or something and says you can't question it, I know it's not part of my life. You got to be able to question it.
You have to question.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we go through that,
Yeah.
and
It's good
but
to
most
question.
grateful.
Yeah.
Basically, in anything I've been able to do to, buying a kid an ice cream cone one day. Shit, that kid, smiled all the way out the parking lot at the grocery store in Papua New Guinea. What is it? And so it's a little thing, but it's, and helping somebody build a house. Or, it's the things I think most I've been able to help people accomplish, to get to where they're, or part way to where
people
they want to go.
relationships to you are they have been key into your life. That's how it sounds like. Good relationships. You value good relationships for real because of your relationships. That's how I got to know you.
Well,
Good relationships.
well, the
Yes.
relationships are predicated and based on who you are.
Yes.
And ultimately, now I can't remember, but everywhere you go in the world, you find you or you don't find you. And when you find the yous, they become part of your group. They become part of your social strata. They become the other ones you don't spend that much time with them. And, example, I go to an AA meeting a couple of months ago and I run into people. This is completely different from any meeting I've been. I run into two people I know from 20, 30 years ago.
Wow.
And, but there again, they're not there because of me, but it's those relationships. I go back, little things, my house Mary, being able to help her pay her kids' school fees, or my security guy, and so you go through all of these things. But ultimately, my ability to help and help has been taken. And I know it's kind of platitude or generic.
Is a lot. No, it's not generic. It's human life, and it's understandable because there is a saying that we have in Africa. It's called Ubuntu, and it says you're a person because I am a person. You can't live if you're just by yourself. You're not human. You could be with elephants or whatever, then you're that species. But if you are another human makes you human, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's a good insight.
Yeah. Yes, it's good to be people's person, so it's understandable. And that's good that you have planted those seeds over the years in good relationships. and people can reflect, and now you can sit back and say, wow, yeah, I'm glad that person is from Russia, from New Guinea, from wherever they are coming from, and they can remember me, and they can.
My old girlfriend is Nigerian.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's married now to a guy in Switzerland, but
okay.
went out with her for a couple of years.
Okay.
Wari.
Okay. Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
Oh, and I met her in, where was it? Oh, Dubai. We became really good friends.
Okay.
And there again, through the assimilation of other people, good friends. But there again, there's a commonality. There's a reason people click.